Hi, welcome back to Garden on the Moors. This week we've been in Italy. It's been absolutely fantastic and we visited some really great Italian gardens. So let's go take a look around at some of them. We started our trip in the ancient city of Rome. This is the iconic Trevi Fountain. The following morning we took ourselves out of town and into Tivoli to visit the Villa d'Este Gardens. It is world renowned for its incredible water features built back in the 16th century. The oval fountain here is inspired by the geography of the local area and the start of the river leading to Rome. This alley of fountains has nearly 300 jets and symbolises the rivers that have provided water to Rome from Tivoli since ancient times. The final piece of this feature here represents the water arriving into Rome, with statues like the she-wolf nursing the twins. The gardens are probably best known for their water-powered organ, which again was built back in the 16th century and still plays music. This must have been absolutely amazing back in a time before electricity, and the view from the fountain here is just breathtaking. The pools below are stocked with fish to feed the house, and they're headed up by the Fountain of Neptune. And of course behind the gardens is a vineyard and an olive grove. Back into Rome now, and we visited one of the public gardens in the city, which is basically like a city park, but still just beautiful. There were quite a lot of features of an Italian garden within this park. So obviously we had the sort of box hedging maze, there was the grotto, and the pools stocked with fish. There were also quite a lot of unexpected animals, so there was hundreds of these little terrapin pond turtles floating around. There were some very friendly geese. And we even had some of these monk parakeets drinking and bathing on top of one of the fountains. One afternoon we went to a local nature reserve into the mountains to enjoy some of the wildlife. And one of the most amazing things were these alpine meadows. They were absolutely enormous and full of flowers. There was all sorts of different things in there, like different vetches, there was different pinks, and in the woodlands there was all sorts of different woodland flowers, including this orchid here, which is a bird's nest orchid. It's a completely parasitic orchid, so it has no green in its leaves. It just takes its nutrients from the trees nearby, so really, really interesting. This was the view we had from the top of the ridge whilst we were watching the sun go down. We were actually looking for bears, but didn't manage to find any. But that was fine, it was still a really good day. And as we were coming down, I noticed that the one of the plants that we saw on the way up, one of the catch flies, opened as the evening was drawing in. So that's a really interesting plant that's adapted for nocturnal pollinators. And as the evening went on, we even managed to find these fireflies, which hopefully the camera managed to pick up. I don't know if that is good enough quality, but hopefully you can just about see the little flashes of light pop in there. The scenery on the way to Florence was really impressive, so we took a stop and went for a walk around. As we were walking around, a lot of the farms and things nearby were full of different fruit trees. I think here are cherries, and there was also this huge field of outdoor grown tomatoes, which is amazing, and even some chickens. Of course, we couldn't resist visiting the famous Leaning Tower of Pisa and taking a cheeky little photo with it. In Florence, we visited one of the Medici villas on the outskirts of town. It used to be used as a little getaway for the Medici family. Again, the gardens here are very formal, with box hedging and lawns, with fruit trees providing structure. There was also this huge oak tree with supports, which gave us some very well needed shade.
Something that's really typical of these gardens are these lovely big terracotta pots, and they're absolutely stunning, and they often have citrus in them. So this one's got a lovely, I think that's a lemon in. Quite a few have lemons in this garden in particular, but we've also seen limes and oranges. It's probably so that if the weather does get bad, they can be brought inside, away from those harsh winter conditions, but they're obviously thriving and they look so good.
Of course, the garden also has a very impressive water feature, although sadly it no longer has running water. Near our hotel in Florence were the Boboli Gardens. There was a fantastic display of both dahlias and daylilies. It was nice to see the practicalities of the garden too, with young lemon trees stored here and the winter lemon house to keep them safe accessible too. Behind this Capricorn gate is a wonderful island and moat with even more citrus in terracotta pots and flowers in abundance. Trees are quite often used here to draw the eye, with tall avenues and lovely shady archways. There were lots of smaller gardens too, some with formal planting, a rose garden, but my favourite was the fruit garden with lovely looking apples and pears. Although not part of the actual design, I just had to show you this plant. Although it looks dead, it's actually in full flower and totally parasitic, probably on the hedge tree to the right there. A short walk and a glass of Prosecco later is the iconic Florence skyline.
There we are. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give a big like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers!